from the mountains of Kathmandu to the highest point of the world in Mount Everest. The surfers are singing to the melody of the Nepalese batsmen. The chorus in those hills are sweet music to their ears as they are thinking of beating West Indies for the second time in 3 days. But I'm confident by the time the next 2 hours comes around, there'll be a deafening silence in those mountains. Hello everyone and welcome to the #1 cricket channel in the Caribbean. I thank you for being here and I appreciate your company as we take West Indies to victory in this second T20 International. I noticed those of you who have voted in the poll thus far believes that Nepal is going to win. I would like to give you the benefit of the doubt and think those are Nepal fans because I've seen where a number of Nepals have been commenting on the videos that we have done since this series started. Nepal won the toss in the second T20 International, and unlike West Indies, they decided to bat first. West Indies made 2 changes to their team. They left out the 2 left-arm seamers in Raman Simmons and Obed McCoy, and they have brought in the right-arm leg spinner Motara and Blades. So those are the 2 players that have been included, Sishan Motara and Jediah Blades. Now, when Nepal batted, they made 173 for 6 of their 20 overs. Yes, you got that right. They made 25 more runs than they made on Saturday. And if they win on Saturday, they tend to believe that they are going to win again today. But I'm telling you, the West Indies batsmen will not bat as poorly. I really didn't get a chance to really watch the Nepal innings. You're hearing the thunders above, rolling above. You know, it appears that we're going to get some rain. I hope the system holds up. I hope there's no much breeze so on and that the JPS system hold up. But as I said, they made 173 for 6 of their 20 overs. Hashif Sheikh, he was not out on 68. He's a wicket keeper from 47 deliveries. He hit 8 fours and 2 sixes. And supporting well is Sandeep Johra, who made 63 from 39 deliveries, hitting 3 sixes, 3 fours and 5 sixes. Apart from that, no other Nepalese batsman really get going. So you can look at this in cricketing terms, and it's just that 2 batsmen put on a partnership. I think that's all there is to it. 2 batsmen put on a partnership. And as I told Sheldon the other day in quotation mark, even dogs have their day out, you know, so understand it. The other team is also allowed to play well. If they're playing cricket, there's a day that you're going to make a score. You know, you look back, there are a number of West Indies batsmen who have played Test cricket and have gotten only 1 score. Kirk McKenzie, Dwayne Simmet, you know. They just, so maybe this is just these batsmen 1 score that they are going to get. Because in fact and truth, there was a time when they were in deep trouble. They were 43 for 3. And then these 2 come together and put on the partnership. As the West Indies batsmen walked out, that looked to be Kyle Myers and Joel Andrew. I'm happy to see that Andrew is opening the innings and not Amir Django. You see it? When I told them last Monday that Django should open with Myers, because of their ego as usual, they don't listen to what I said. When I told them that Jediah Blade should play, because of their ego, they play Raman Simmons. You know, they don't listen. And now today, after being defeated, they say, you know what? That young man might be talking sense once again. Let's listen to him. So Blades 4 over, no made 1 for 27. Akil Hussain 4 overs, no made 2 for 21. Jason Holder Well, he was really lazy today. 4 overs, no maiden, none for 39. Navin Bedassi once again bowled well. He bowled 3 overs for 28 runs. He never got a wicket, but I think that's good enough. Sishan Matara is 1 over, went for 13. Fabian Allen's 2 overs went for 16. And Kyle Myers' 2 overs went for 26. I do not know why Kyle Myers was asked to bowl the final over. There was one delivery that I saw that he just floated up on the man bat, and I think he hit it. That ball probably still traveling. I don't know where it is. Well, I'm happy to be here. After all the glitches, it appears that we are up and running, and it appears that we are good right now. So thank you very much for tuning in, and I hope you respond to the poll. I'm looking forward to see what you're saying about the poll. 62% now. That has now dropped to 62% of you believing that Nepal will win. I am confident. I'm very confident. Please remember to slash a like in the video and click on the subscribe button. Today's show, as we're just about to get going, the first delivery, Andrew plays it to mid-wicket and there is no run. I think it's Joel Andrew opening. Yes, it's Joel Andrew opening. And I have to shout out the sponsors for today's show, Kathmandu, but I'll do this at the end of the over. So the Pendra comes in, bowls to Joel Andrew, and he covers up. There's a slip in place. None for none. The slip has now gone away. So the slip has been moved out. Let's watch the Pendra. He's going to come in now to Joel Andrew. He's in. Right arm to Joel Andrew. Again, covers up and there is no run. They probably just need to ease the ball around here and see that we can get off strike, you know, and just rotate the strike. I explained it quite clearly yesterday that singles is a very important part. Ball to Andrews off the back foot. Cannot beat the man at cover point. So there's a backward point, cover. There's a backward point, cover, extra cover and a mid-off. There are 5 on the offside as the Pendra. He's going to come in now to bowl to Andrew, and Joel Andrew is forward, turn it down to onside of the pitch. The bowler skip to his right, smooth the field. Again, there is no run. The score remains at 0 for 0 in over number 1. And you can just imagine the Sherpas are jumping and hopping up and down through those hills right now. They are probably tuning into the cricket forum. Welcome. Andrew clip this away down to mid-wicket, deep mid-wicket. Nice shot. The man at deep mid-wicket and long on. Both of them converge on the ball. Deep mid-wicket picks it up and sends in the return. 1 without loss at the end of over number 1. West Indies batting, chasing 174 to win. So I must big up our sponsors. A big shout out to our sponsors, Kathmandu. So on and off the stream, I wear a lot of Kathmandu gears. Kathmandu is a fashion store absolutely for men. You know, so if you like style, versatility, and build for everyday comfort, you need to check out the Kathmandu store. You can scan the QR code on the screen, or you can click on the link in the video description. So we have both the Kathmandu store, the link in the video description, and also you can, if you want, you can scan the QR code on the screen and check out Kathmandu. A big shout out to Kathmandu for sponsoring today's show. They are versatile fashion for men. You know, it's a men fashion store, and I wear a lot of Kathmandu stuff. This shirt I'm wearing today is not Kathmandu, but a lot of the stuff that you see me wear on the stream or you see me on the road in, it's Kathmandu. They are my favorite place to buy men clothes. They are fashionable. They are stylish. So check out Kathmandu today. So big up to our sponsors. So you scan the QR code or click on the link in the video description. So that's the West Indies playing 11 there on the screen. Kyle Myers to face, 2 without loss. Joel Andrew score both runs. So Karen Casey comes in over the wicket. Bowls to the left-handed. Myers taken on the pad. Pitch outside leg. Goes to backward point. Andrew wanders out of his crease. The return comes in at the bowlers and he got back. It didn't hit anyhow. So it's 2 without loss after 1.2 overs. So check out the Kathmandu store, as I said, Karen Casey. So West Indies 2 without loss after 1.2 overs. So here is Karan. He's going to bowl now to Mayers. Over the wicket, bowls to Mayers, and Mayers covers up, plays it into the onside. The batsman goes through for a singers that goes to the right of mid-wicket, and it's one more to the total. So there's 4 on the onside for Mayers, a short fine leg, a straight mid-wicket, deep back with a square leg, and a deep mid-wicket. But it's the right-hander that comes into strike now. So we'll watch the field for Joel Andrew. So, good morning, greetings to everyone who is here. Mango Reef, big up yourself. Janet Lyons, big up. Mr. Casanova, how are you doing? It's too early to say that Nepal is on top, though. You know, it's just 1.3 over. Karen Casey bowls to Andrews, beat outside the half stump. The ball goes through to the keeper. It's Andrew. I keep on saying Andrews. It's Andrew. Ball to Andrew, and he's beaten outside the half stump. The ball goes through to the keeper. 3 without loss. So 3 without loss. He wanders around his crease. He seconds now as Karen Casey. Over the wicket, bowls to Andrews, pitched up, driven in the air, through the gap. The man moves to his left at mid-off field, and there's no run. 3 without loss. And Nepal, the win probability, the win biz, have Nepal 57% ahead to West Indies 43. Let's see what you say the poll. How many you think you are? You and win biz are just about the same. Karen Casey over the wicket, bowls to Andrews, and Andrews drive in that elegant fashion of his and steered it down to the man at cover point. There's no run. 3 without loss at the end of 2. West Indies in a spot of bother. Do you say so, Mr. Casanova? I don't think so. Envoy, how you doing, man? Big up yourself. Welcome. Welcome. I'm not nervous. I'm very calm. I think West Indies is going to win this one. The rain probably just started to come down. The rain just started to coming down, but I think that we are going to win. We are going to win. I think so. So 3 without loss after 2 overs. Live action is back. Round the wicket, bowls to Myers, who spears this through the gap. It's running out towards the cover boundary. Oh, they only run 1. I was certain that we're gonna get 2 there. Well, this is very disappointing. They only run 1. So it's 4 without loss. I definitely expected that we would have at least run 2 there, but nonetheless, they run 1. It's 1 more to the total. It's better than none. Andrew backs away and he's bowled. He backs away and he is bowled. Bowled down. Backs away, just can't score, and he just backed away and gave his wicket away. The ball was straight, it was full. He should have come onto the front foot and he should have eased it in the gap. Look at it. Backs away, ball straight, hit the top of middle, and he's gone. He's gone. Just like that, he's gone. You know, sometimes the less said is the better. The less said is the better. Honestly, sometimes the less said is the better. He's gone. I agree with Carty coming at number 3. It's the right decision to send Carty at number 3. It's the right decision, Michael Douglas. In my opinion, it's the right decision. Carty just need to just see this innings through. And he plays that down to long on. Augusti can always play his shot anytime. I think what happened to you, Michael Douglas, you want to see the runs get off quickly, but he's going to, you know, despite all the fear, this young man, and I'm being honest here now, he has played enough. Despite all the flair and the bravado, this young man has yet to convince me that he can bat at this level. Yeah, Joel Anjo. He's yet to convince me that he can bat at this level. As that ball comes back into Myers and he played it out into the offside. Mr. Casanova, I'm still very confident that we will win. The question that I want to ask though, are the Nepalese bowlers more skillful than the West Indies bowlers? And why is that so? It goes back to well, let's see, Michael Douglas. You think that he'll take too long to get in his innings and make it difficult? I disagree. I don't share that view. Chasing 173, a runner ball, or, you know, 1.25 for the first 10, 15 deliveries. All right. So, and Casey Carty have the ability to play good cricket shots and score faster than anyone in this team by playing good cricket shots. You know? Yeah. For me, Augusti's hit and miss, you know, because he does appear that he can hit the ball on the ground. Good afternoon, Philip Baines. You're welcome. So, Michael Douglas, Mr. Casanova, if they are better bowlers than ours, why is that so? As he drives brilliantly, caught at cover. Carty goes. West Indies lost their second wicket. As he drove half the up and he's brilliantly caught in the covers and he's gone. West Indies 5 for 2. West Indies 5 for 2. 5 for 2. Can just envision those Sherpa in the mountains just hopping away now. And they're climbing those hills quicker than they have ever been. You know, I am just dumbstruck, you know. I am from, yeah, it probably went down more than 20%, Mr. Casanova. It went down more than 20%. Is that even so? Is not even the dismissal of Casey Carty is what bothering me now. Let me simply tell you what is bothering me. And it's something that every West Indians should concern about. Every West Indian who want to see the West Indies team doing good must stop finding excuses for the players when they fail. We need to stop it. We need to stop it. Stop finding excuses for these players when they fail. Because this is a result of that. That is why all the associate teams are improving and we are not. Because the person is from your country. When he fails, you find excuse for him. And they are continuing to fail and not upskilling because they are not training. They train for half an hour and laze around and with their arm cock off like they have boil underneath it. And we are getting rubbish from them. And you are defending the rubbish. So yesterday, somebody came on and said, Augusti look good. The boy bat 7 deliveries. And I said, him looks good. He looks good. That is a sort of rubbish. Why West Indies cricket is in the states that is in now. Because they are probably our neighbors and our friends and our countrymen. We refuse to tell them that what they are doing is garbage. And the cricket is getting worse and worse and worse because we are not holding them accountable. Something must stop. You know, sometimes it's a good thing that the light went, you know. The light went, and as a result, the internet went. Because, as I said, rain is falling heavily. So There was just a beat, but you know, it went for less than a second, but then it still chip out the system for a minute. I hope that's the last time it does. You know, as I told you, Wayne is falling. Shawin Gupta, today is not a day for you to make those statements. You hear? I'm not in the mood for you to make those statements today. Yeah? I'm not in the mood for you to make those statements today. Not a day for it. Not a day for it. Nine for 2 West Indies. Nine for 2. Some Paul over the wicket, bowls to Myers, who hit this over deep mid wicket for 6. So first shot of intent there. Or is it one bounce 4? It gone all the way for 6. So back off a length and he hit it away for 6. As I said, it's, you know, the light went. $15 for 2. It's a good thing. It's probably a good thing that the light went, you know. It's probably a good thing. You know. Just before the light went, I saw somebody saying that West Indies WICB. The person said WICB. So, you know, oh, Windward Islands Cricket Board for fix West Indies problem, boss. Yes, they need, you know. Of course, Windward Island Cricket Board have a role to play. Windward Island Cricket Board have a role to play. All the regional boards have a role to play. The Jamaica Cricket Association, the T20 Cricket Board, all of them have a role to play. But the biggest problem is we, the fans. Yeah. We reward mediocrity. And we allow the players to get away with everything. And I really want us to win this match, you know. I really want us to win this match. And I hope that we win this match. I really hope. Though 15 for 2 after 5.4 overs. You know, I really chasing 173. I really hope. But I don't, if I'm a youngster playing cricket and seeing cricket as a career, I don't need the Jamaica Cricket Association to improve my game, you know. I don't need the Windward Islands Cricket Board to improve my game. I don't need any help from them to improve my game. You know the only help that I would need from them? If I don't have a cricket shoes and I don't have a bat or a ball like that, but and I know they will get that. A youngster who wants to play cricket, there's always somebody willing to give him bat and ball to play the game. So I'm not saying that the administrators don't have a role to play. But my gosh, man, you are being paid every month whether or not you play a match. You are being paid to train. So what have you been doing? profiling. You know, the other day I saw some time ago, as I was at a certain place. You know that I travel all over. I was at a certain place and a West Indies cricketer drove up behind me and stopped behind me for about 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Stop behind me now for about 2 minutes. You know, let me leave it. Philip Bain is saying that even if West Indies win this game, there's still a huge problem with the West Indies. There's a huge problem with the West Indies. Huge problem. It's hard, you know. It's 18-2 is the score. It was Augusti that hit the 6 and not Myers. All of that. $19-2 is the score. Thank everyone that is watching. I appreciate your company. I appreciate you being here. Please support our sponsors, Kathmandu. Scan the QR code on the screen or check the link in the video description. Kathmandu is a leading men's fashion store. Steered away by Augusti down to short third man. Cannot beat the fielder. The score remains at 20-2 at the end of over number 7. 20-2 after 7 overs. We really need to get going now, you know. 20-2 after 7 overs. This is becoming pathetic. According to WinBiz, West Indies has a less than 10% chance to win this match. Kyle Myers is on 5. Augusti is on 11. Remind you that Nepal made 173 for 6 off their 20 overs. And at the end of 7 overs, West Indies 20-2. And there's no, I'm wondering, I'm looking into this, and I'm wondering, who is in this team that can give you a cameo? A real good cameo. Augusti, Myers, those are 2 of the persons who you expect some cameo from, you know. Jason Holder, Fabian Allen. You know. You look at it, you know. So the new bowler is Pardell this. Is over the wicket, bowls to Myers, who stroke it down to long off for a single. So trying to see. 21-2. Myers moves up to 8. Augusti is on 11. He comes into strike. So Adlam is the new bowler. Adlam, Mohammed Ablam. Right arm medium pacer. He's going to come in over the wicket to the left-handed Augusti. He abort his run-up. Umpire signal dead ball. Scores 21-2 after 7.1 overs. Earlier, Nepal won the toss and decided to bat first, and they made 173 for 6, with 2 batsmen getting half century. So 173 for 6. So as down the leg side, wide signal, 22-2 now after 7.1 overs. Down the leg side, we hope we'll get some more of those. 22-2 after 7.1 overs. Looking forward to get some more wides to see if that can build up the total. Osman is saying, Mr. Brown, how you doing? Rubbish you're talking, Osman. Absolute rubbish. Garbage. Foolishness. Garbage. Rubbish. Come off of here with your rubbish. And I don't come with the rubbish today. Or Hetmeyer would have dominated. Dominate what? That's the damn foolishness why West Indies in this state. Because we back every foolishness. Dominate what? I told you, today's not the day for the foolishness. When last Hetmeyer dominate any bowling? Meyer's gone 23 for 3. They're going to look at the catch, but he's out. Sure. Sure, man. I'm going to just stop it, man. I'm going to just stop it. The man hardly can bat 10 balls. Why he didn't dominate in the CPL? Why he hasn't dominated? How many runs he make Saturday in minor league cricket? You people see what I'm talking? You see what I'm talking? No matter how poor we are doing, somebody will always find an excuse to defend the poor performances. You can see West Indies 20 out for 2 after 7 point out overs, now 20 out for 3. And I come here, come talk about man will dominate. Sure. I come talk about man. But Hetmeyer will dominate. When last Hetmeyer dominate anything? Find an excuse again. Everything must be done. Hetmeyer. Everything must be Hetmeyer. What? Sure. Winston King said, what a waste. You see why Myers have been out of the West Indies team, yeah? Is that another wicket? Oh, he misses. He misses. It would have been 4 wickets. 24 for 3. Winston King. The man them. And I laid out the thing to West Indies, you know. I laid out to West Indies. I laid out how they can improve. I laid out step by step. Step by step, I laid out. But they're afraid to do it, what is necessary. Turn away down to fine leg for 4. Good shot there by Augusti. 28 for 3. They refuse to do the every other country is improving. You see all the associate members and you see their bowlers upskilling. How their bowlers upskill? They lie down at their beds at night and think about it. In the morning, they get up, they have a big breakfast, and they watch television and think about it. And they cut their 10 and think about it. And they get on social media and they make some posts and they read some posts and they make some political statement. And 12 o'clock, they have a big breakfast and they go for a swim in the pool. And at 2 o'clock, they ask what's going on, what's the latest party, where's the party tonight? And they said, so I go on, make we go train, man. I said, no, man, we train tomorrow, man. We train tomorrow. And the next day, and the next day, and the next day. It repeat over and over. So it's late nights. They go to the bed late nights, wake late, party the next day. That's how you improve your bowling, you know. I swear that's how you improve your bowling. Inside edge onto his pad as Amir Django looks to go deep in his crease and inside edge it onto his pad. I swear that's the best way to improve your game. You just need to think about it. You just need to fantasize about it. You just need to imagine things. And you will improve your game. And you just need to heat up some whole heap of food and put on some big belly in front of you. And your game will be improved. And you collect your 5,000 US dollars a month. And if West Indies don't pay it on time, you come on the cricket forum or your favorite podcast and say West Indies don't pay me. So I can enjoy my lifestyle. They don't understand that this is not about cricket. This is about me. Because I don't need to train to improve my game. I can just turn up and just imagine things and it will happen. And I'm the greatest cricketer on the earth. You know, let me. India is better than us by far, you know. I don't think anyone will disagree with that. You all hear about the yo-yo test, where West Indies don't bother with it again. You know, it shows how weak West Indies are, you know. They refuse to put down their foot on anything. And again, that is a result. Let me show you something now. Let me show you at work. And we can bash Sheldon. So, and you know, this is how it works. And I'm using an example. So Kieran Pollard can't pass the yo-yo test. So Sheldon and Roddy Latu and all the people of Trinidad will say, after a yo-yo test hit cricket ball. And a yo-yo test hit cricket ball. Cricket fitness is different from overall fitness and blah, blah, blah. Let the man play. He don't need any yo-yo test. Let him play. And you get that coming, you know. You get that coming from all over. If when Hetmeyer get dropped, you hear it. Man, Hetmeyer, they were talk about the man must do yo-yo test, rubbish, foolishness, blah, blah, blah. And when time West Indies trying to implement anything that West Indies try to implement, you come here and you quarrel with West Indies, with Cricket West Indies. It's a West Indies not do that. West Indies a pick favorite player. West Indies a blah, blah, blah. And all sort of excuse. Why when West Indies try to implement something, we don't support it? As soon as it affects our favorite player, we start cuss them out. We don't hold our favorite player accountable to adjust to the guideline that West Indies put down. We don't do that. 37 for 3. We don't hold them enough. We don't hold them accountable enough. So the Guyanese come out. The Jamaicans come out. So if Ravman Powell, just calling a name here, you know, doesn't pass the yo-yo test. I'm no malice, no prejudice. I'm just trying to make the point. Because it's real. We know that it happened. So West Indies say yo-yo test, else you're not playing. So for example, well, Andre Russell never fail a yo-yo test. Bowl down. Swing across the line. That busty. Him look good. Him look very, very good. Yeah. He looks very good. 5 wickets gone out. or 4, 38 for 4. Can you imagine? 38 for 4 against Nepal. 38 for 4. Can you imagine? Yes, so back to the point. The foolishness. Back to the foolishness. So Andre Russell. Never failed a yo-yo test yet, so I can use him. So for argument's sake, Andre Russell failed the yo-yo test. West Indies boy, Andre Russell can't play now. And this is just one example I'm using. Can't play because he failed the yo-yo test. The Jamaicans them come out and West Indies. I say, after no yo-yo test, I play cricket. After no yo-yo test, I make you make 100. After no yo-yo test, I make you liquid the ball. You know? That's how we operate in the West Indies. West Indies try to implement something, we mash it down, and then expect the players to improve. Because the players knows that when West Indies try to implement something, all them have to talk about, them just have to talk about it, and they will get people to support them to tear down West Indies. And when West Indies set guidelines, when West Indies put things in place to try and improve the game, to try and improve the standard, and we, the people of the Caribbean, tear down the West Indies and say, that can't work. This is what you get. So back to the yo-yo test. You know what happened in India? They not only have to do the yo-yo test. They also have to run, I think, 2 kilometers or so in a set time. I think the time that they have to complete the 2 kilometers in 10 minutes or something like so. I don't remember the time, but the time is given. So you not only have to pass the yo-yo test, you not only have to run the 2 kilometers in X time, but you now also have to do what you call the Bronco test. So you can Google it in your browser. I don't have to explain it to you. Google it in your browser. The Bronco test. So to represent India, you have to pass the yo-yo test. You have to complete the 2 kilometers run within the time. And you have to do the Bronco test. But in West Indies, you don't have to do anything. You get up in the morning. You call for some coffee. You relax. You watch TV. You get out your iPhone or your tablet. And you spend all day on it, and you turn up to match, and you play some cricket, and you collect your 10, 15,000 at the end of the tour, and you come back home, and you're good again. Ladies and gentlemen, the peripheral things that most of us try to point out, it's not the problem with West Indies cricket. We can point out those peripheral things, but the real challenge in West Indies cricket is that we must allow them. We must allow them to put things in place. Right now, if Cricket West Indies come out and said, light gone again? No. So what happened here? Oh, this I'm watching. 38 for 4. Lazy holder come to the crease. Right now, if Cricket West Indies come out and said, you know what? We are going to pay the players according to performances. We are going to remove the retainer. And when a player performs, he gets paid. When he doesn't perform, he doesn't get any pay. You know, you always have to give them a nominal amount. Yeah, you have to give them a nominal amount. Once they put foot on that plane to represent the West Indies, you have to give them a nominal amount. But remove the retainer unless they meet certain standard. Now, whether you agree with that or not, if West Indies take that decision, you know, We have to support it for the good of the team. Because all the local peripheral things, they're picking the friend. They need to pick Hetmeyer so that he can get back his form. And they blah, blah, blah. And they don't like blah, blah, blah and all of that. And corruption and all of that. Peripheral things. Why when West Indies was instituting, as just as one example, because all of us didn't know this, why we the people pressure West Indies to drop the fitness test? Why? Because our favorite player couldn't meet it. You know, I really, I look at the comments, 42 for 4, but I really don't see. As I said, I want to see. It's a regular peripheral things. That's not going to help it. Banana Brooks said, I agree. Samit Patel's spinner couldn't get in the England side because his fitness discipline was lacking. Yeah, but you remember high in the year, let's see where this is going. It gone for 6, so it's 49 now for 4. Jason Ola hitting that one for 6. Banana Brooks, you remember what's this? You will know, the South African young lady. De Klerk, was it? Or Van Nieker, who failed the 2-kilometer run by 7 seconds, and she was dropped from the South Africa team to go to the World Cup. You remember it, Banana Brooks? 7 seconds. 7 seconds. He connected more this time. There's no doubt about this one. The West Indies 50 is up. You can imagine 55 for 4 after 10.4 overs. That can't mean the West Indies. That can't mean the West Indies. You're mad. You think we can... What amount of pressure West Indies with a commander? You know? And those are the things I did. Yeah, I agree with you. Look, yeah. Rubbish you're talking SOS music label. Rubbish. Rubbish. Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry, SOS music label. When you say countryman thing, I misinterpret it. You mean country. When I say country, I misinterpreted SOS music label. When you say countryman thing, you know, I was looking at it on the perspective from urban Jamaica and rural Jamaica. I was looking at it on the perspective of the countries in the Caribbean. You understand me? SOS music label. So that's why I misinterpret it. Maybe I'm a little too emotional right now. Down the leg side, turn away by Amir Django down towards backward square leg, and they got a single. 57 over 4 at the end of 11. So we need to go at more than 10 runs and over to win this match now. We really need to get going. I hope some juice start fall. And I agree with you, SOS music labor, and as you say, countryman thing mashing up West Indies, a lot of people think that too many persons from the Windward Islands are associated with West Indies cricket now, and they are not sure that those persons are best in class. If you are confident that they are best in class, yes. But we are not sure. We are not sure, and we are not seeing the result that they are best in class. So you're right. You're right. There's a propendence of persons from the Windward Islands, that are in leadership position in West Indies cricket. And we are not sure if they are best in class. Edged away down to third man for four more. Mr. Casanova said, don't Older just refuse to go to India for the test after Alzheimer was ruled out? Indeed. You know, Jason Older is a politician. Yeah, you have to understand and put Jason Older into context. Now, Jason Older said, I never said I was unavailable. That's what he said, you know. He said, I never said that I was unavailable. But he said, I am available. So you understand the politics? So when speaking to West Indies, he never said to Cricket West Indies, I'm available. He never said to them either that he was not available. He was sitting on the fence. And Cricket West Indies want a commitment from this. Him as Django hit this one down. Oh, over the top. Good stop there by the fielder. For a moment, I thought it was 6, but brilliant effort by the fielder who plucked it out of the air and keep the ball inside. 6-1 for 4. So here is how he's trying to play with the Caribbean people. He's trying to come across because he's looking goodwill, you know. Jason Holder is looking goodwill from the Caribbean people. But when he and Sammy and Miles Bascom were having the discussion whether he's available, he didn't say that he was available. And he didn't say that he was not available. When he was selected, when he was not selected for India, he did an interview and said, I am available. But he didn't say that to West Indies. But now, in trying to play with words and, you know, and person of lesser mind than mine can't understand this, he said, I never said that I was unavailable. But he cannot say he said he was available. So that's why he said that I never said I was unavailable, because he did not say he was available. But when the squad was selected, now he was willing to give an interview and said, I am available. But he didn't say that. He didn't say that. He sit on the fence and try to be vague in his answers when Sammy and Bascom was talking to him. And so, because he did the interview and he said, I'm available, wow, Sammy and Bascom felt good. So when Joseph got injured yesterday from a back problem, they pick up the phone and they call him. And he said, oh no, man, I have a medical procedure all planned to do. I can't bother with that. He thinks us high in the air by Django. Let's see if he got the distance. The fielder took the catch. Django gone. 63 for 5. You know. It was Nadine de Klerk. Failed 2-kilometer time run. Yes, thank you, Banana Bro. In West Indies, we don't even have any 2-kilometer. The only thing that we tried to implement was the yo-yo test. And we have to scrap it because of the pressure from the fans. The pressures of supporters of West Indies cricket. We have to scrap it. And then when the team is 63 for 5. How can Kevin Sinclair, you see, be doing some laps, and a West Indies cricketer, one of the players, you know, you might know the players. I call his name sometimes I don't call it. When I'm in control, I don't call it. And the player come out and say, yo, Kevin Sinclair, stop running, man. We had to try show up, man. I sure you try show up, man. Just stop that and come off of the field and come sit down with me. Where was the coaches? to say, what you're saying? What you're saying? Where were the coaches to shut up that player and encourage Sinclair to continue running? Where were the coaches? Where were the team manager? A West Indies player got bowled down after he swiped at the ball and got bowled down. And when he swiped at the ball and get bowled down, one of the backroom staff said, that couldn't hurt me. In quotation mark, one of the backroom staff said that couldn't hurt me. The backroom staff had to apologize to the player. Had to apologize to the player for saying that. Have to. So you're surprised that Nepal have us 60 for 5. The score is not on the screen right now. When those things are happening, 64 for 5 at the end of 12 overs. You're surprised? We have to stop. Listen to me. Cricket West Indies has a lot to be blamed for, you know. Has a lot to be blamed for. If Cricket West Indies come out with some policy, a swing and a miss from Fabian Allen, and it goes down toward fine leg, they run hard for the first one, will they come back for 2? Relay by the fielders, and they come back for 2. It's now 66 for 5. And you have to swing hard. No, you have to get going. Yeah, well, you see, what I want West Indies cricket to do, whether they agree with the plans them that I have given them, I want West Indies cricket to come out and list 5 things that you and I can measure. 5 things that you and I can measure, and we can look and see if it is happening from day to day. 5 things. 5. Just 5. Let's start out with 5. And when you meet those KPIs, you go on to the next level. Just 5 things. We don't want the pretty talk. We don't want the deep philosophy rumbling along like me. We don't want that. We need 70 for 5. Allen just hit a 4. Wide outside, they have some 71 for 5. After 12.2. Allen is on 5. Older is on 10. We don't want the pretty talk. We want you itemized it. What happened to that meeting? What happened to those recommendations that was made at that meeting, and we should have been hearing them by now? What happened? Come on, Cricket West Indies. We want support, you know. We want to support your Cricket West Indies. We want to. But you have to do things, Cricket West Indies, man. Put a plan in place. First, I want to see you reintroduce back the yo-yo test. I want to see you introduce the time trial. We in this community will back you to the tilt. And if you say to a man nah play unless they meet the test, there should be no compromise. Because when you start compromise, where does it end? So if a man is sick, he must pass the fitness test. If he was injured, he must start the fitness test before he's back into the team. Even if it was Brian Lara in his prime. Do something, Cricket West Indies. Set some standards, some measurable standards. Please. Please, we are begging you. Set some measurable standards. Hold the retained players accountable. Is that too much to ask them? I am for one who believe that these guys are prepared to train very, very hard. Whose theory was it? I don't remember whose theory was it. But human beings are intrinsically motivated to work so that they can survive. Intrinsically motivated to work so that they can survive. We are also extrinsically motivated for the same reason. So we work to earn so that we can enjoy our lives. Fabian Allen swings bottom edge, leg stump, knock back is out, 74 for 6. Simple as that. Swung bottom edge, leg stump, knock back, 74 for 6. 13.2 overs, 74 for 6. The swung across the line, leg stump, knock back, bottom edge it onto his stump. Leg stump, knock back. Yes, so I was trying to make the point. So I am confident that every one of these guys on retainer will work. And they will work hard if they know they're going to lose the retainer. But if they don't have to work and they are getting the money each month, I am not going to work. If I know that I can lay and at the end of the month I get paid, oh, y'all get me for work. And I'm sure. And you know what will happen when them start work hard and start train 8 hours a day? They will get better and they will get better and get better and better. And when they get better, they start getting high PL contracts. Yeah, that's what's going to happen, you know. So I can't understand why there's so much money to be made in the cricket. And these guys not working hard. Because you can't tell me that these guys are, how is it that the other teams are improving and ours are not improving? How is it? It's because they're simply working harder than us with more intensity. Their output is better than us. It's as simple as that, 74 for 6. Let me read some of your comments. Like the country cricket, when a team is promoted to top status, underperforming team is the champion. Say, I agree. For a lot of these guys, there is no consequences for their action, said the champion. And Garth Williams, and I know a lot of comment passed while I was rambling on, but I hope you understand that Hussein hit this over deep mid-wicket, the fielder comes around, took the catch. It's now 74 for 7. Boy. So I know I was rambling on and a lot of comments passed by, but if I never ramble, maybe, you know, so please understand. But it's very sad. Who are we going to call up now to replace Alzari? Jedediah Blades will replace him. They call Jedediah Blades. I guess Jedediah Blades was called because he was already in the UAE. Ideally, I think it should have been Marquino Minley, but I guess Jedediah Blades was in the UAE. So I do not necessarily have a challenge with that. You know, because I think that the other 5 fast bowlers, I think Minley is 6th. But I guess because, yeah, I always see the 2 Joseph, Seals, Phillip, and Lane ahead of Minley. And I just think that Marquino Minley missed out this time because he was not, because Jedediah Blades was already in the UAE. You know, so I think so. So yeah, so Blades is replacing Mindley. The first choice was Jason Holder though, but Jason Holder turned it down. This is by far the most downbeat year in West Indies cricket in all formats. Can't remember us losing so many matches in a calendar year. Yeah. 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 Kervin Duncan said, just speaking to some Indian colleagues at work, and they are saying how ashamed they are of this score. Yes. Shirley Samuel is saying this is laughable. That previous comment was from Kervin Duncan. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Shirley Samuel was saying that this comment was laughable. Colin Goodrich said, Mr. Brown, good afternoon. Dave Cameron was the best man in the business because he had a plan for West Indies cricket. You see, let me put it this way, Colin Goodrich. You see, whether you like Dave Cameron or not, whether you agree with the way he goes about things or not, Dave Cameron was strict. He was firm. And that's why he was voted out. That's why he was voted out. He was too strict. He was too firm. His standard was too high. That's why he was voted out. So you hear all sorts of things that he was the worst person on earth. And he was not the first one they did it to, you know. They did it to Brian Lara also. They did it to Brian Lara. They did it to Brian Lara. And that is the point that I'm making. If somebody come along, it doesn't matter from where. If that person put down their feet, and said, this is the way forward that West Indies cricket is going to go, we have to back them. We have to back them because we saw what is happening. This started when we never backed Brian Lara against the players. It started when we never backed Brian Lara against the Stuart Williams and the Sherwin Canberra and the Keith Arterton. And the list goes on. That's when it started. That's when it started. And it just continued to get worse and worse and worse. Because those guys, those gentlemen, the Sylvester Joseph, they never want to train hard. And because they never want to train hard, they paint Brian Lara as the worst person on earth. They paint him as a disruptive element. And that's when the cricket started going down. And then Dave Cameron came and tried to be firm. And you heard that he's a dictator. He doesn't know how to talk to people. They paint him again as the worst person on earth. They gave him no credit for winning 2 World Cups. And the Trinidadians will tell you that Simmons was the coach. And the Leeward Islanders will tell you that Sammy was the captain. But no one gave Dave Cameron credit for winning the 2 World Cups. Michael Douglas said, Romario Shepherd should lose his contract. Etienne Rutherford could always deny because they are not contracted. Okay. Let me say this, Michael Douglas. I do not willy-nilly want people to lose their contract, you know. Because I've put it out there. I don't think they should. I think West Indies, I look at it, Michael Douglas, I said it already. You still need to award Purses the retainer for this year. And we're in October now. Well, come next week, the 1st of October, the new financial year starts. So the Purses contract will start. What I think, though, but there should be some administrative measures taken against Romario Shepherd because he's a contracted player. There should be some administrative measures taken against him. But the core of my thing about the retainer is that you give people 1 year warning and said, this is the standard that you have to make. So you said, all right, you have to average 40. We forget what you have been averaging over the years. But starting the 1st of October, if you want an A contract, you have to be averaging 45 and above in Test cricket. If you want a B contract, you have to be averaging 40 and above. And you'll get a C contract if your average is 35 and above. So starting the 1st of October. So forget what you used to do in the past. We're not going to measure those because if we measure those, you will not reach up to this standard. What we are saying, come next year, October, if no one averages 35, if you average 34.999909, you can't get a contract. That's what I'm saying. Because you see, when you compromise for the 0.0001, you already compromise. So where does it stop? When the other man said, well, boss, my one was 9.98. And you give that man a contract and the other man said, but my one was 9.97. So I am not here saying that you must just take people money away from them. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, and again, I said, Romario Shepherd, there should be some administrative actions. 96 needed from 27 balls. It's Nepal we're playing, you know. It's not Australia. 95 from 26 ball needed now. So that's the point I'm making. So you give them a year. And the cricket board, the Windward Islands Cricket Board, the Jamaica Cricket Board, the T20 Cricket Board, they can also do the same thing. They say that, all right, in regional 4-day cricket, your averages, you need to average that by next in the season coming up if you want a contract in October. My screen gone. The screen gone. I don't know. So you know, I say, all right, if you average that in the 50 over, and you average X in the red ball, then you get an A contract if you meet those. You know, set threshold, but give them time to meet the threshold. Just don't take away the contract. That's what I'm talking about. But if Cricket West Indies come out with something like that, I don't see any reason why we shouldn't back them. Won't even get to 100, but look at the bright side. At least it's not 27. Shirley Samuel said, Lord Jesus. Fabian Meyer said, to think these guys just came from CPL bullying each other. Wow, oh wow. Fabian Myers, noted. Mr. Casanova, I'm disappointed that you replied to that Roach comment. You know, you realize that I passed it. They don't like Dave Cameron because he he rules with an iron fist. But that was a perception, though, you know, Mr. Casanova. He was a stickler for the rules, but he wasn't a dictator. But to brand him, to get rid of him, you have to paint him a picture like that. You're selling. Remember, you know, man, Mr. Casanova, if you call an employee into your office, you know, Mr. Casanova, and no matter how gentle and careful you talk to that employee, but you lay out the rules, when that employee leave your office, you know what that employee is going to say? Him right, you know, but me not like the way he talk to me. And you see, when you play the recording before you talk to the employee said, you should not have recorded me. You understand me, Mr. Casanova? I gave you no permission to record me. So it's something similar like that, Mr. Casanova. There goes our brand of playing cricket. Their power shot goes for a catch. Sammy needs to make and take the cricket matches seriously. This is like a joke, said Valerie Orr. Shirley Samuel, I mean the cricket is laughable. I can't lose my temper over these guys. Well, Shirley Samuels, I tell you, I lost it, and then the light went. And the light just went for 5 seconds. And I thank God. The light just went for 5 seconds, and it calms me down. 81 for 8 after 16.1. We cannot even bat out the 20 overs against Bangladesh. You can imagine that? Jay Solda is on 21, and Motara is on 2. So it's 81 for 8 after 16.1 overs against Nepal. Okay, you can just imagine how the Sherpas are jumping. Right, Mr. Casanova, they push Lara to retirement. But that was not the bigger issue, you know, Mr. Casanova. The bigger issue was that we, the cricketing public, did not defend Lara against them. That's it, you know. It's the same thing against Dave Cameron. Ronaldo McDougall is asking, why the batsmen are not hitting straight? Why are they hitting across the line? Give me your opinion why you think they are doing that, Ronaldo McDougall. Because I must have sounded like a scratch record now. Why? Sir, does it make any sense to say what a travesty? Nikki, it's indeed. Red times green and veal is saying that, Mr. Brown, I'm disappointed in West Indies. I am disappointed in West Indies. This has been an issue for a long time. As soon as the West Indies can find a way to hit themselves out of trouble, they became clueless or lost, said Fabian Myers. But Fabian Myers, there's a solution. I spoke about the solution every time. Every time. But have you seen any changes? What Carl Hooper said? Carl Hooper said it. They get rid of Carl Hooper. Carl Hooper said it. Jason Holder and Darren Sammy got rid of Carl Hooper because Carl Hooper said it. Carl Hooper said if we don't change, we are going to go lower. Fortunately or fortunately, I was the one who asked him the question that if he thinks the West Indies team can go lower. And some persons went on radio and said they were the one who asked it. But it's what it is. But I asked Carl Hooper, can the West Indies team go lower? And he said yes. He said he listed a number of things that if we don't start doing them. When Carl Hooper was the batting coach, we saw incremental improvement in the batting. But then now the players started talking about Carl Hooper too much. And then when the reporter asks, the interviewer asks Older about the going lower thing, and he then realized that it was said by Hooper, and Darren Sammy realized that the players were leaning towards Carl Hooper. They get rid of him. The two of them come together and get rid of him. You know? I don't think Shepherd should lose his contract. He was willingly told to rest. The champion, that's not the information we are getting another champion. So I don't know, you know. But that's not the information I heard. Curtis Crooks, how you doing, man? Curtis Crooks, you need to tell your son to train hard and train very, very hard. Because this West Indies team is easy to make, you know. This West Indies team is easy to make. You just need to train hard. Train 5-6 hours a day when he goes to school, but he needs to train before he goes to school in the morning. Train during lunchtime. Train after school in the evening. And Saturdays and Sundays he train all day. That's a big shot by dropped. Oh, he's caught it. He's caught it. I thought it was a big shot. So that's it. West Indies have been bowled out. They are jumping in the stands. Oh my Lord, West Indies lost again. West Indies lost again. I need somebody to talk to, you know. If Sandeep, well, we don't use if on this channel, big man. Cricket Talk, we're glad you are here. We appreciate you being here. But we don't use if, because if West Indies had bowled out Nepal for 20, we'd have won the match. So we really don't use if, you know. They are getting out from part-timer. Quick Talk, the thing about it, you know, we are laughing stock around the world. No one takes us seriously, said Mr. Casanova. None. West Indies and Manchester United. Why West Indies and Manchester United? I'm sorry for persons like me who follow West Indies and Manchester United. You know. We are getting bad. We are getting bad. Who thought the assist clean sweepers was rock bottom? Good for Nepal, though. They are winning by playing cricket. Not sure what West Indies is playing. Techniques and temperament still have to mean something. Chadwick Miles, thank you, but you know, I've been saying that for years now. You know, one of the things that I can't understand. You hear it. We are not playing enough cricket. We are not playing enough test matches. We are not playing blah, blah, blah. And I keep on saying it. It is not the amount of cricket that you play. While that is important to improve your game, if you do not master the basic, somebody used the word fundamentals, one and the same. If you do not master the fundamentals, this is what happened. This is what happened. This is what happened. So they are playing 3 matches, not 1, 3. Do you see any one of the West Indies batsmen look like they can bat? And if they play 10 matches, it will be the same thing. These are the guys who just finished playing at 10 CPL matches. Some play 12. These are the, you know. These are the guys. And if they should play another 10 after these 3 finish, they will still can't bat. So it doesn't matter. And person quarrel with me and vex with me. and disrespect me because I tried to point to them the basic cricket. That it doesn't matter how much cricket you play. It's like selling a bad product, you know. You have to master the fundamentals. How many times me say that? How many times me say that, Mr. Casanova? How many times I have said that at Teen and Sheldon and all of you guys here? How many times me say that? If you don't master the fundamentals, it no matter how much cricket you play, how many times we must say it? How many times? How many times must I say it? If this continues, West Indies brand will fully die in 5 to 10 years. Examples, person saying exemplar. Yes, they outfield us. They outfield us. They outfield us. Well, what is that brand, Mr. Casanova? Is it about hitting sixes and fours? That's what Darren Sammy said. They have to first stop us from hitting sixes and fours. So is that our brand? And why are we not hitting those sixes and those fours? And if I am here and I know how, I know what's the challenge, I know how to solve the challenge, why are these guys not solving it? Why? Goodwin Brown is saying that, Mr. Brown, our cricket team don't have any ambition. I thought it was about money. Now I know it's not about money. They just don't care. And that's why I always say, no, I don't want these boys to play for me. No, I don't want them to play for me. You should not want them to play for you either. You should not want them to play for you either. You should not want them to play for the West Indies either. You don't want them to play for the badge either. What you want them to do is to play for themselves and their family with pride. If they have pride, playing for themselves and their family with pride, that will be enough for me, you know. It will be enough for me. Yeah, it will be enough for me. Because I'm sure if they are playing for themselves and their family with pride, they would perform better. And if they are performing better, it's good enough for me. Break up the West Indies. Trinidad and Tobago have a team that could beat Nepal. Always, when I hear these comments, Kemele, it sounds nice. It sounds very nice. It sounds nice. But I'll encourage you, Kemele, to do the research around that. Do the research around it. Yeah. It sounds very nice, and look on paper and it sounds nice. But I can tell you one thing though. This is something that I've gone through the details all the while and asked a lot of questions. But I want to tell you one thing there. If we break up the Caribbean, the West Indies, and go at it alone, and in your case, Trinidad will not play against Nepal in your lifetime. Yeah. Nepal is a tier 2 team, you know. Well, I don't know all it, or I don't know all it, so much I shouldn't say that. But it's unlikely that in the next 50 years, Trinidad will play against Nepal. Worse in this, said Michael Douglas. Beginning to think that we should play in second tier cricket like the associates. Kingman, I have a story to tell, you know. I have a story to tell about Test cricket. And one of these Sunday, it doesn't last long. It's probably about a 5-minute story. And it will be fascinating. It's fascinating. I wonder if this performance will have an emotional effect on the guys in India. This could be long-term. Kervin Duncan, they are well-played professionals. You know that the West Indies backroom staff in India is made up of 10 persons. 10. And the cricketers are well-paid professionals. Let us, Kervin Duncan, I'm asking you, sir. And this is one of the things that you have heard me preaching, my dear friend. You know, and I appreciate you much. But it's one of the things that I'm preaching. We must stop finding excuses for them. So I don't think that we should be preemptively finding an excuse for the players in India. And when they heard these preemptive excuses that are being labored, they then say, whoa, so we can't blame them. We can't blame them man there and Nepal for our poor performance because of them mash up our mind. So I don't want to do that, Kervin. I hope you understand the point I'm making. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Yes, congratulations to Nepal. Thank you. Sean Overcomer said, West Indies always like this. Fans always calling out for youngsters. Now they get the chance and they can't make use of it. Shame, said Sean Overcomer. You know, and I want to react to that, at what Sean Overcomer, because I'm one who's always said that, because I agree with Sean Overcomer on this channel. You always hear people calling out for youngsters. As a matter of fact, I heard people calling out for Quinton Sampson. You can imagine? Quinton Sampson. People calling out for Quinton Sampson. 2 innings, and people calling out for him say he should be in the West Indies team. So, but I've always made a point. If you're not outperforming the old men them have to play. If you want to go, if you want to make the West Indies team, you have to outperform the old men. Valerie, thank you for the comforting words. Valerie said, you are so right. I feel your pain. Oppositions have certainly stopped them from batting 4 and 5 and 6. They just don't know how to bat or field. This is so sad. Put this West Indies cricket on pause until they figure out it. Jamor Suma, I don't think it will recover if they put it on pause, because if it goes on pause, for one thing, the $4 million a month that we are getting from the ICC are approximately $3-something million. That will cease. And if that ceases, where are you going to get the money to fund it? You know? So we really need to, what I said, the guys need them. West Indies just need to, first of all, West Indies need to put in place some measurable KPIs. And when Cricket West Indies put in place those measurable KPIs, whether you and I agree with it, we support it. We give it our full support, whether we agree with it or not, because remember, we are always going to have different opinions, and we're always going to approach things differently. So if my policy is this and your policy is this, because you are the one in charge, I have to support your policies because you have to do it your way. So what I want from Cricket West Indies and what we should all want is for them to put policies in place, measurable outcomes, measurable KPIs, measurable. Like the one that says if you don't, like for example, if you don't average 35, you're not getting a retainer next year, October. No one. Everybody will know why I don't get a retainer because I never averaged 35. And when I average 45, everybody will know why I get an A contract retainer because I average 45. So Cricket West Indies need to put KPIs in place, and whether or not we agree with them, we support them. We can't just always bash everything. So give it a chance to work. But our biggest problem now is that we don't know where West Indies is going. Because there's nothing measurable. So we don't know. So that's it. That's what we need to do. And let us all support what they are doing. But they must come to the people. They must come to the people and tell us. Because look at it, my people. Look at it. We made it 27 against Australia. When? In June or when was it? We heard about an emergency meeting after the 27 was made. That emergency meeting never kept until about a month after. After that meeting was kept the month after, we are now told that the recommendations out of the meeting will now go to another meeting. And from that time, we still can't hear those recommendations. And all I'm saying that if you want us to support you, if you want us to back you, be more effective, please. All we are asking, be more effective. It's not all the time efficiency is the right approach, Because efficiency can be dotting too much I's and crossing too many T's, and it slows up the process. Sometimes we need to be effective. Trying to think of an example. You are late for your flight. So now it's 1 o'clock Jamaica time. And your flight in Montego Bay is 4 o'clock. And you are leaving from say Junction St. Elizabeth. So your flight is 3 hours. Well, that sounds too harsh. You're not gonna make that in 3 hours. So say your flight is 5 o'clock. And you're leaving from Junction St. Elizabeth to go to Montego Bay. Your flight is 5 o'clock. Are you going to drive at a steady pace and consume in the gas in the car because you want to burn as less gas, so you're going to be efficient? So you're going to drive efficiently to Mobe to make sure that you don't break any white line and so on. And make sure that, so you use up as less gas as possible and all of that, Or are you going to drive with a little more urgency? Not reckless, but with a little more urgency. You know, some white lines that you never used to break, you break them. Some corners that you probably used to go around them at 30, you go around them at 40, 45. Not reckless, but so that's the difference between effective and efficiency. Sometimes efficiency doesn't work. It slows down things. Because if you drive efficiently to Mobe, you're going to miss the flight. What you need to do is to drive effectively to Montego Bay. And that's what we want from Cricket West Indies. Not efficiency. We want effectiveness. When one think of Nepal, said Kervin, they think of Mount Everest. Well, okay, no problem there. I think of Kathmandu, but you think of Mount Everest. Again, we all think differently. When one think of West Indies, they think cricket. Someone please explain this result to me. Not wasting my time and follow the next match, said Kervin Duncan. That is, you know, when you think of, true, I can understand Nepal, you think of Mount Everest. I can understand that fully. West Indies, you think of cricket. Yeah. But now, as I said, boss, the Sherpas are jumping up that Mount Everest climb. Lord of mercy, said Crystal Bristol. You can imagine? Crystal Bristol, you can imagine? Thank you for agreeing with me, Shirley Samuels. I appreciate that. It is, I said, with measurable performances, the side would be okay. Sami operating with artificial data. Emergency meeting plan has been made public yet? No, that's what I'm saying, Banana Brooks. It has not been made public because although the emergency meeting was about a month after, the recommendations from that emergency meetings have now gone to another meeting. I don't know what the committee name. I don't know if it's a board of directors or what, but effectively it will now need to go to another meeting. And that's why I was making the point about effectiveness and efficiency. You know, sometimes, yes. So, yeah. So it is I saying that with measurable performance decided, yes. Sometimes I get that feeling to, you know, where Sami data comes from. Yeah. Yeah. Ocho mean 8? Are you? Yes. Thank you, Shirley Samuels. What if we start to play a lot of a team? It doesn't matter, Jamur Smalls. It's that more cricket that will help us right now. What will help us is what I've always said. If you are not doing the things properly, more cricket won't help you, you know. Although this sounds ridiculous, but let me put it so, because by making this point so ridiculous, you'll understand what I'm saying. Please remember, though, to check out GoFundMe, our sponsors. Big up to the people at GoFundMe for sponsoring today's show. Click on the link in the video description or scan the QR code. You know, GoFundMe is a men's fashion store. So check them out. So let me put it this way, Jamur. If you are batting and you are using the edge of the bat to bat, no matter how much cricket you play, you know, you won't make many runs, you know. But if you are using the middle of the bat to bat, and now when you start playing more cricket, you will start gather more experience and your game will start evolve. And then you can start do more things. You know? So, yeah. So that, you know, it's serious. Philip Bain said, you have to ask yourself, are you really international material? Hussein words in the post-game interview. Wow. Well, he is international, though. I think he's, well, that's a big, you know, that's a big thing that they're from Hussein. I love that from Hussein. It's a really big hit. I think Hussein is talking about some of these players, you know. Casey Carty, Fabian Allen, Joel Andrew, Akeem Agosti, Jedediah, well, it's okay. You know, Jedediah Blades, I think, was okay today. But I think really and truly Akil Hussein is asking those questions of those guys. Kyle Myers, And we must remember, and although we see Kyle Myers as a batsman and we try to bring him up as a batsman, Kyle Myers was really a bowler, who could bat, And that double 100 in Bangladesh propelled him, for us thinking that he's better than he is as a batsman. But he was really a bowler who could bat. But I love that from Hussein. The Kyle Myers, the Joel Andrew, the Agosti, the Fabian Allen, the Casey Carty. They have shown us nothing for us to believe that they are international cricketers in this version of the game. Nothing. And Steve Anderson, thank you very much. I appreciate, sir. I wish there were more commentators like you. I am sick and tired of some people making excuses for shambolic performances. Indeed, sir. Indeed. We have to stop it. We need to done with West Indies cricket. I don't agree with that, Chris Schooler. That would leave a big hole that society. It would be very challenging for us to fill. What we need to do is to improve the product. We need to take measurable, serious steps to improve the product. The product is sick, it is ailing, but it can recover. So I don't think because the product is sick and ailing, it is not a racehorse who break its leg. And when it broke its leg, you unalive it. It's not. What they call it, euthanize it or something like that. No, the cricket can fix. We just need to do the right thing. This is really embarrassing, not because of the Nepal team, but because how we went about these last two games. Yeah, spot on, Kerry and Fritz. Why Exto says it? Augusti came in the 5th over and 7 for 2, Mr. Brown. You are being hard on him. Hussein also lamented about the power play portion of 16 for 2. He indicated that from there the team has to do the impossible. That is true. That is true. That is true. Akil Hussein. Well done. Well done. Yeah, Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. It's one love, Osman from Guyana, no hard feelings, boss. It's one love, but it's just that you caught me at the wrong time. Take care of yourself and your loved ones. And please click on the link and support Kofandi or scan the QR code on the screen. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Take care of yourself. Take care of your loved ones. Bye for now.